The political temperature in Washington just spiked. Former President Bill Clinton walked into a high-stakes deposition on Friday and delivered a blunt message: "I did nothing wrong." Facing the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, Clinton insisted he had no idea about Jeffrey Epstein's crimes and said he saw nothing during their years of acquaintance, despite being captured with him on numerous occasions. In a prepared statement posted publicly before questioning began, Clinton said his interactions with Epstein ended long before the financier's crimes came to light. He claimed there were no warning signs, no red flags, no moments that gave him pause. Clinton's deposition comes just one day after Hillary Clinton spent hours before the same committee, saying she did not recall ever meeting Epstein and knew Ghislaine Maxwell only casually. At least a dozen times, according to committee chair James Comer, she deferred key questions, telling lawmakers, "You'll have to ask my husband." That set the stage for Friday.
Good morning. This is a historical day for the United States Congress. We have listened to people all across America who have kept up with the whole Epstein investigation and are outraged by the obvious fact that men and women, for that matter, of great power and great wealth from all across the world have been able to get away with a lot of heinous crimes, and they haven't been held accountable, and they haven't even had to answer questions about what they knew and when they knew it. Today, we hope to be able to do as we did yesterday and continue to bring some of the most powerful people in the world in to answer questions. Again, no one's accusing anyone of any wrongdoing, but I think the American people have a lot of questions, and our House Oversight Committee is committed to getting answers. We're committed to transparency. We've already seen a lot of very powerful people who have been held accountable by having to resign in disgrace from various boards all over the world. We're going to continue to seek the truth, try to figure out how the government failed the victims, and try to hopefully hold more people accountable. That's what the purpose of this investigation is. I will say this: it's very difficult to get people in for these depositions of great power and great wealth. And I used yesterday and today as an example. It took 7 months to get the Clintons in here. But we've got them in here, and we look forward to asking lots of questions that I think any curious media outlet in America would have. Yesterday, Ms. Clinton deferred a lot of questions to her husband today. There were at least a dozen times when she said, "You'll have to ask my husband that. I can't answer that." So we already had a big portfolio of questions for him, and that increased yesterday. So we look forward to that. We'll be happy to answer a couple of questions.
Mr. Chairman,
Chad.
Mr. Chairman, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Explain to us specifically what you need to hear from President Clinton today. What do you want to know?
Well, I think everyone's seen there are a lot of photos that have been released by the Department of Justice as well as the Epstein estate. There are a lot of email correspondence that included President Clinton. We know President Clinton had, and Secretary Clinton confirmed this yesterday, Jeffrey Epstein was in the White House 17 times while Bill Clinton was president. We know that Bill Clinton flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane at least 27 times. So those are questions that we're going to ask.
Clinton, however, pushed back emotionally, especially over his wife being subpoenaed. "You made Hillary come in. She had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Nothing," he said sharply before questioning began. Yet the record shows documented ties. Epstein visited the White House during Clinton's presidency. Clinton flew multiple times on Epstein's plane. Photographs of the two together have surfaced over the years. He has also been pictured with Ghislaine Maxwell and girls whose photos were redacted by the DOJ while releasing the Epstein files. However, Clinton has consistently denied ever visiting Epstein's island. He addressed that history head-on. "As someone who grew up in a home with domestic abuse," Clinton said, "not only would I not have flown on his plane if I had any inkling of what he was doing, I would have turned him in myself." but the political consequences may extend far beyond the Clintons. Democrats now argue that by compelling a former president to testify under subpoena, Republicans have created what some are calling the Clinton rule. And if that precedent stands, they say it could apply to President Donald Trump. Oversight Democrats are now demanding Trump testify about what he knew regarding Epstein and about allegedly missing Justice Department files, in which he has reportedly been accused of sexually abusing a minor girl. What began as scrutiny of one former president may now be reshaping the rules for all of them, and in Washington, precedent can be more powerful than any single deposition.
What we're interested in today is a serious deposition. We have real questions that deserve serious answers from former President Clinton, and we have said from day one that Democrats want to talk to anyone, whether they are a Republican or a Democrat, no matter how powerful they are, whatever position that they've been in. If anyone has information about Jeffrey Epstein, and certainly the horror that he inflicted on so many women and children, we want to hear from them. What we do not want today is a sideshow and questions about UFOs or about conspiracy theories from decades ago, which is what unfortunately happened yesterday when a series of bizarre questions were asked of Secretary Clinton. And Secretary Clinton was clear. She never met Jeffrey Epstein. She never went on the island. She was never on the plane. And she had no knowledge, of course, of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. I think it was telling that Secretary Clinton did not take the fifth one time yesterday. She answered the questions. That information needs to be released. I think it's important that President Clinton do the same. I think he will answer questions today. I think that President Trump needs to man up, get in front of this committee, and answer the questions and stop calling this investigation a hoax.
Good afternoon. I'm James Walkinshaw from Virginia's 11th District. I am glad that President Clinton is going to sit down today with us and answer questions under oath. Anybody who had a significant relationship with Jeffrey Epstein should explain what, if anything, and when they knew about the crimes that were being committed. President Clinton's sworn statement said that he had no knowledge of the crimes that were committed, and I know that we're committed to asking tough questions about that today. But President Clinton's presence here today, under oath, highlights the Donald Trump-sized gaping hole in Chairman Comer's investigation. President Trump is mentioned tens of thousands of times in the files. We learned in recent days that files related to an accusation made against President Trump have been removed, not released to the public in the files. And this investigation will not be complete until we bring President Trump in to answer questions under oath. I'm hopeful that Chairman Comer will have the courage to move us in that direction. Thank you.
We're going to ask President Clinton the hard questions today. We're going to get to the truth about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. But let's be real, we're talking to the wrong president today. President Trump is the one who has not released 2.5 million files. President Trump is the one who is blocking our investigation. President Trump is the one who wants this to go away, but it will not go away. And so, yes, we will talk to President Clinton today, but moving forward, this needs to be not about party, but about getting to the truth and getting justice for the survivors.